Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today. I have to say I've been loving this early fall weather that we're having in New York. It's kind of like an early Indian summer. It's really been delicious. And to celebrate the warmth of the sun, I'm going to bring some of it into my kitchen. I'm going to make a vegetable casserole featuring eggplant. Now there's lots of harvest still going on in various parts of the country, and this is a really good time of year to buy eggplant because you'll find more variety now than probably any other time of the year. You'll find those wonderful ones with the mauve stripes, and you'll find the round white ones that look kind of like eggs, maybe ostrich eggs, but eggs. And some of them will be very sweet and delicious and ready to go, and others you'll have to slice and salt and drain them to get the excess moisture and the bitterness out. So just taste them and you'll find out. The big purple ones always need to be drained. A lot of the others don't have to be. So this is going to be great fun. So this casserole I'm going to make, is it Provençal or is it Southern? Or I don't care, as long as it's delicious. So let's get started, and thanks for joining me. We'll start with the eggplant. I have two pretty good looking eggplants here. Look at the caps, you know, they're fairly green. They'll be good enough. They're plump and shiny. They'll be all right. Now look at the blossom end. When you're choosing eggplant, you'll see on the smaller one here that the blossom is very round, the scar from the blossom, and on the larger one you'll see it's very oval. Now, I can't give you any firm science on this, but it's my experience that the ones with the oval blossom scars have fewer seeds in them, so they're meatier. Other people have other ideas on this subject. I'm sure you've heard that some Italian cooks call them male and female eggplant. Of course, fruits don't have sex. They are the product of sex, so they're not male and female, but some are meatier than others, and I like the oval ones. So I'm just going to fast forward you through this veg prep here. We're starting by slicing the eggplant, then we're going to salt it lightly, all those slices. You can put them in a colander, you can put them in a bowl as I'm doing. Just let it drain for about a half hour, and it takes the bitterness out. Meanwhile, you can get going on all the other veggies. You want to peel and slice some red onion. A couple of red onions, I think, should do the job. You can use other colors too, but red's especially nice. We need to do some zucchini. I think you probably want to slice them on a diagonal so that the slices are a little bit bigger. And so get those going. Now for the green peppers, here's a little technique for you. If you slice off both ends, make a cut through one side, and kind of roll it open, you'll get all those ribs out, and it'll be all clean and ready to go. But use what you can from the caps too. So slice those up, and we're going to slice some tomatoes too, some plum tomatoes. They're usually the most flavorful. These don't look fabulous, but they'll work. And so when you have your veggies all ready, then you can start on our flavoring mixture with the aromatics in it. So slice some garlic cloves, and if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I like to slice garlic lengthwise. I think it tastes better. Add some olive oil to that so that it kind of cooks in the oven in the olive oil. red pepper flakes, leaf thyme, dried or fresh, some parsley. Here's where you would add the herbe de Provence or lavender flowers if you want to do that. It's a very nice Provençal touch. And this gets some crushed tomato for sweetness and flavor. Spread that mixture out, salt and pepper of course, spread that mixture out in your baking dish, and then just start layering your veggies. You can do it however you want. So you'll see that I chose to go start with zucchini, and then the onion, and then the eggplant, and then I tucked in some tomato slices. So, do it your way. While we're cooking, let me just do a little note on pronunciation. And years ago, I knew a French professor who worked very hard with me to perfect the sound that in French, modern French is spelled O-U-I-L-L-E. So we started working on the name of a wonderful New York restaurant that always has been known as La Grenouille. And that's what I always called it, and I had a wonderful dinner there. And I'm looking forward to going back. But Professor Sache assured me that it's not La Grenouille, it's La Grenouille. So he repeated this sound for me over and over again, and I repeated it back to him. And it's not like, according to Professor Sache, it's not like Oya, it's not like Ooey, and so it's not Rat-Tat-Tooey, the dish that we're making. It's more like Ratatouille. So it's more like toy than tooey at the ending there. I'm just saying, and I like the sound of it. You try it too. Ratatouille. Ratatouille. I think that's close. When you have the veggies all layered in there, then a drizzle of olive oil, some salt and pepper, some bay leaves. I like to put baking paper, parchment paper, on top of food that has any salt in it at all before I add foil, because I'm concerned about the foil reacting to the salt. So that's the way I do it. Into your preheated 325 degree oven. It needs at least an hour, and then maybe even an hour and 15. Then you can take it out, remove the foil, and then you'll be ready to drizzle it with a little more olive oil. You can remove the bay leaves, of course, and so they don't burn. And then back into the oven to brown it up. So when it is nice and bubbly and starting to look a little bit golden here and there, then you'll be ready to serve it. So for that half hour that it's in the oven, you can have your lamb chops or your steak or your pork chops or chicken or whatever you want to serve with it. You can have that coming to room temperature in preparation for grilling or pan grilling. Look at that. Thank you for joining me today for my ratatouille. I hope I pronounced that okay. Ratatouille my way. Come see the recipe at brucebeckandthekitchen.com and say hello. Love to hear from you, always. Hope you'll check back often. Thank you. Bye-bye.